You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
You don't get to pick. I take care of the dog and I come everywhere, or you have someone else take care of the dog.
I'm gonna go get someone who's not coming all over my bedroom.
Okay,
this
what
is
if
disgusting.
I'll bring 2 sex blankets?
2 sex blankets. It sounds like you're gonna need like the plastic that they put on when you're doing construction in the bedroom. You know.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
strap on,
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
My wonderful mother.
And son.
Moot, let's go into a little lube it up to get this conversation lubricated. How about that?
Brought to you by our favorite lube, Uber Lube.
Uber Lube, love it to pieces. You want our favorite lube? Go to uberlube.com, enter promo code SNEAKY. You'll get 10% off and free shipping. Moot, we got some listener questions.
Yes.
Some questions that people want to know. Some solutions for their life right now.
And we are here. The doctors are in.
The doctors are in. If you want to ever get in touch with us, give us a text at 310-356-3920. All right, first up is Allison. Here she goes.
My husband is 54 and I'm 51. We've been married for almost 33 years and have 4 adult children and 1 grandson. Over the last year and a half or so, my husband has had a hard time finishing when we have sex. He says he's not sure why. I know he finds it frustrating. I would just like some advice on how I might help him. Side note, I have a much higher sex drive than my husband.
Allison, you came to the right place.
Yes, you did.
You want to talk about people not finishing? We can talk about this. Sometimes I try not to finish, actually.
You try not to finish?
Because I know if I come twice in a session,
you're done.
I'm sleeping for the next 6 hours. I need 1 time I'm energized, 2 times I'm comatose.
What about that time in college when you did it 5 times?
I was a young lad.
And you ended up in the hospital.
It was like 7. I was slingshotting condoms.
I'm sorry, that was 7?
Can you imagine? In 20 years, I could imagine. I might be in a, God forbid, but I might be in a similar situation to Allison's husband over here who's having trouble finishing.
I don't know what does it need to finish, though?
You want to feel the cum, like an ejaculation.
You are saying what I want to feel?
Everyone does. Everyone, when they're having sex, don't you want to feel that?
But it bothers the man, not her.
I'm sure.
Or did she say it does bother her?
Well, she says I would just like some advice on how I might help him. So maybe he's upset and she's trying to help him. We don't have perfect information here.
We don't.
We don't know if this guy's stressed out, if this guy's lost complete interest in this person, we don't know anything. It might be a hormonal change. It might be
too much porn.
It might be too much porn. It could be they haven't spiced it up in the bedroom enough. Maybe they need to do a little role play. Maybe she dresses up like a little French maiden who likes to read books, and he dresses up like a nobleman in a castle who looks a little grotesque, and they find each other. And she heals him.
This is what you've come up with. This is what you'd want to do in your role play.
Do you know what that story is, Mother?
No.
It's Beauty and the Beast, for the love of God.
Oh, sorry. Did not realize you were just...
I wouldn't mind doing a little role play of Beauty and the Beast role play.
And you really think that's going to make him last longer?
Have you ever done weird role plays like that?
Yes.
What's the weirdest role play you've done?
Well, I've acted out with my boyfriend and Dirty D in the porn star in the porn theater.
We know this.
Well, that was a pretty weird one.
I forgot what the deal is with Dirty D in the porn star theater. You're a porn star and he's a producer?
No, yeah. Well, yes. I'm kind of like this, like go along with the flow of because Dirty D is like my master, and he's telling me who I can have sex with.
I don't need to hear this. I don't know why I asked this. I shouldn't have asked it. I should not have asked.
I
didn't want to hear the answer to that. I don't like to hear that. It's something I could do without.
She says, side note, I have a much higher sex drive than my husband. I don't think that really matters.
Yeah, it's a side note.
See, Allison, you can have him like pleasure you multiple times.
Yeah, I guess where the problem is, find out
Equality
where
type of thing?
where's the problem coming from. Is he disappointed? That's the first, and I think open communication about it will help. Maybe seeking professional
That's what I was
advice from a
gonna-
therapist.
or maybe a urologist. You might need a little, sexual enhancement drugs,
Who knows?
because at a certain age, the testosterone levels start dropping down.
By the way, this episode is also brought to you by VB Health, and they actually have solutions for this.
There you go.
They have I think it's called Boost Drive,
Oh yeah,
which is a supplement to help give you that boost, and they have Load Boost.
I know about the load boost. We'll talk about that later.
Load Boost is gonna get your jizz
load.
booming, boosting and booming,
I could just see what's going to happen with you if you take that.
just squirting all over the place.
All over the place.
It boosts the load and it improves the taste. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the ad break. Allison, I hope some of these ideas helped a little bit. We have another related question, which I thought we could play, actually from my brother-in-law.
Hey, what's up? I'm getting breakfast tacos, so I got to keep it down a little bit.
Why is that relevant?
Love the show, Sneaky Freak here. My question is for all the ladies out there, or individuals with a vagina. What I would like to ask all of you is, if your partner, a man, is not wanting to come during sex because he's saving up his sexual energy or whatever, would that make you angry?
Angry.
Like, he can still have sex with you, but he's just not gonna, explode into your coochie.
Coochie?
So if you have a vagina, my question to you is do you need that hot cum? Or is it okay if daddy is cultivating his sexual chi for various creative ends? Maybe he's a DJ or something. Maybe he's a painter or a sculptor and wants to channel the sexual energy into a creative project. I mean, what's so wrong with that?
Is he planning to go into
If I
DJ?
had let's see.
What?
I would want hot cum pumped inside of me 24/7, but that's me. Okay, thanks, guys.
Oh my God. So for all of you who do not hear, this is my son-in-law. And he's I believe he's speaking about himself, and
Also, but
he's
why- he
vaguely
kinda-
masks like if he was someone else.
He also kind of contradicts himself. On the one
Right.
hand, he says, "Do you really care if you have hot cum inside of you?" And then he said, "If I had a pussy, I would like hot cum inside me 24/7."
So he's conflicted.
He's conflicted. What do you think about this life force thing? It is giving the man giving the woman the life force. You think that's
I think
That's
that's
accurate?
a load of crap. That's
It's
just
a
me.
load of
I know,
crap?
I've thought about it, and
Well,
I think
why
it's
is
a
it?
load,
Why-
a load of crap.
why is it that when I come the second time, I need to pass out for a millennium?
Because you're like, we had a discussion with one of your friends the other day out at lunch. We had the same kind of discussion. If you keep releasing a hose,
Yes,
eventually the hose is going to dry up, right?
yes.
And then you've got to replenish.
But I'm like a factory basically for these
Yeah,
little humans in there.
Forget about the sperm and the
No,
life
I'm a
force.
little factory. I'm a little factory chugging along, and
You're
when I
not.
run out of supplies, I have to basically
Yeah.
power down.
Power it down.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes back to evolution. That if you're a caveman and you use up all your ejaculation on one female, you can't go fertilize the rest.
You're right. But it makes sense from an evolutionary perspective as well.
Right.
You come, and then you will need to preserve the energy for your own maintenance. Make sure you
Yes.
survive.
There's a lot of reasons.
So, but what about this idea of, if you have sex and you don't come, and then you can use that energy, that life force, that
Has that
that
happened to
life
you?
force
What-
for creative endeavors.
What was that?
That life force for creative endeavors like sculpting,
Scope this.
sculpting, DJing. Those were two good examples.
Basically, someone who was in the
Making
arts.
bird houses, bird feeders.
Making bird feeders. Maybe people that are in the arts in general.
This doesn't happen with women though. After you come, you don't feel depleted.
I feel like I'm comfortable and not needing to go full throttle again.
Yeah, you're one and done. We already know this. Why do I know
I'm
that?
like a one and done person. That's enough.
But
already.
it is pretty. It is.
I like to lay back, listen to some Avett Brothers. You know, I like
I
to
guess
listen
you're
to
not
music.
necessarily excreting a bunch of humans from you.
You're not either.
Secreting.
The human is not there because it's not attached
Half
to
a human.
Half a human. So
Half a human.
You're sounding like you're like a Trumpster or something.
Why? like I believe that the human already exists.
Yeah,
No.
you're
Abort.
Your little sperm are not your sperm.
Abort mission. No.
Okay.
No, but I'm just saying that the sperm is alive. You're secreting live specimen, species, whatever the fuck it is.
Material. So,
Things that you've created.
Yeah, and then a woman has some vaginal
Which I think, by the
secretions.
way, you could kill off easily. Even when you jizz in the toilet, you're killing off the
What about
the
using
sperm.
a condom?
I'm constantly using condoms. Yeah. What about it?
So you're not getting your life force inside of her or vice versa?
After you use a condom, how quickly? And first of all, what do you do with it? That's the first question. What do you do? The condom is on the dick. It's got ejaculate inside. Now what?
Well, you have to pull that thing off very carefully so that it doesn't spill out.
Spill out everywhere.
And
You know how many
then-
times I've spilled out?
Oh my God! You're not staying at my apartment. No. I thought about this. I just thought he asked me if he can come and stay
I
in
did
my
not
apartment.
ask you. I did not ask you this.
You said
you
you-
asked me to come and look after Buddy,
No,
your dog.
you said, "Do you want me to look after Buddy when
I
you're
don't
out
want.
of
I
town?"
don't. No, I expect. I don't want to be there. If you have
You don't
someone
want
else
to be
to
there.
do, no,
What
if
does
you-
that mean? You don't want to be there?
If you got
That's
someone
your-
else to take
that's
care of
your-
the dog, go for it.
That's your dog too, though. You should want
Also,
to be
now I'm
there.
getting guilted to take care of the dog.
All right,
Meanwhile,
we will discuss this later.
you don't get to. You don't get to pick. I take care of the dog and I come everywhere, or
Yeah.
You have someone else take care of
I'm
the dog.
gonna go get someone who's not coming all over my bedroom.
Okay,
This is
what if I'll
disgusting.
bring 2 sex blankets?
2 sex blankets. It sounds like you're gonna need like the plastic that they put on when you're doing construction in the bedroom. You know,
Why do you think I'm just covered in cum all the time?
I don't know because that's what you just spoke about.
I'm just
your
saying now.
condom is
I'm talking about the
slingshotting
technique.
all over
The technique of you jizz in the condom and then what?
You wrap it up.
You
and
twist
throw
it into a knot.
You throw it in the garbage, not down the toilet, because then it can clog the toilet.
What about those people that take the condom from the garbage and they take it and they shove it right in the
like
pussy?
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That's probably not going to work, right?
Well, as soon as sperm hits the air, it
5
dies.
seconds or something.
But if you're really savvy about this, I'm sure you grab it and you quickly squeeze it into your vagina. And
Ew.
hope it searches. What do you mean, ew?
I don't like that.
What do you mean you don't like that?
I'm grossed out by my own sperm. I'm gonna be honest.
You're grossed out by your own sperm.
I don't
Why?
like. I don't know. Sometimes I'm looking down and I'm like, you don't need to lick. You don't need to lick that.
You don't need to lick that.
Yeah,
Who's
the
licking that?
blowjobs.
What
I
do
don't
you-
know.
Oh my God.
I just feel a little bad about the whole situation.
You feel like your partner.
It's just nasty. It's coming out of my dick.
She's doing you a favor.
Yeah, it's what it feels like.
Well, Cam, sex is a dirty sport.
It's a dirty sport.
It's a dirty sport. Sex is a dirty sport.
Do you got it? What do you think that's going to be the title of the episode?
Yeah. that's
I
what
can
wrote.
see your mind going right now.
Sex is a dirty sport.
sport.
But it's fun. It's a
Or
fun
do you have
sport.
any suggestions for the brother-in-law? Do you think it's a crock of shit and he should just come?
Yeah, I think holding back, it just doesn't seem like that's a natural thing to do.
I'm fully supporting the brother-in-law.
Why?
You want to fucking go out and sculpt? Hold that seed.
Where is he? What is he sculpting?
You
Your
want to
other
go out
brother-
and make the sickest fucking DJ set and fucking play it in Ibiza? You hold that seed.
Did you ever ask?
If you want to
people
go
that-
and create a bird house, a whole mansion for birds, canaries,
What is this
pigeons,
birdhouse thing?
parakeets, covered with all this bird seed, hold the sperm.
Okay, why are you always bringing up bird feeders?
It's just another creative endeavor that you can take if you hold your seed.
So if you're working at a bank job and it's boring,
Yeah.
you think if you hold your seed, it's not the same thing as if you're an artist?
No, I'm not sure because I was in a shitty mood and exhausted this week. I had sex, and then I was in a great mood and with much more energy. So tell me what happens there.
Because you're getting all that dopamine, endorphins, and all that stuff is being released into your brain, and then you feel really good afterwards.
Okay, but then what's the
The life force shit?
yeah.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
No, but then the second time I come, then I'm exhausted. So I have to
So
be
the
very careful. It's a one and done.
One and done.
No, but then before bed, then it can be 2
Well,
or
you're
3 or
sleeping.
4
Yeah,
done.
2 or 3 or 4. What the freak
Sometimes
is going
it's a
on?
marathon, mother.
I know. Jeez.
Anyway,
Well, so that's the answer to the to my son-in-law.
all right. Should we get into the
Do you
flows?
think that his wife, your sister, knows about this
I
situation?
don't know. It grosses me out. I don't want to
Okay.
ask about that. And I
Anyway.
did notice that we were the only ones included on that text thread, and not
Oh, not
my sister.
okay.
Okay, this is from Flo. Here we go.
My husband is mad that our 3-year-old son doesn't want him around in the morning. What do I do?
The husband is mad that the 3-year-old son doesn't want him around in the morning. Why wouldn't the son want the father around in the morning?
Because I believe that Flo said in the prior text that he's a full-time dad. So
Oh, so he's around all the time.
Yeah, it's
so
not
this
too
is the
much of
only
a good
time with the
thing.
mother.
yeah,
Ah.
it's the whole Oedipus complex. You know,
Oedipus
he wants to be with his mommy.
Get the father out of there.
Get the dad out. He's with him all day
You
long.
think, but the father's mad.
You can't be mad at a 3-year-old.
You can't be mad at a 3-year-old.
No,
He's a dum dum.
he's a dum-dum.
So what do you say to the father?
You say,
Be a man.
This is temporary. He'll end up, there's different times that he'll be closer with the dad than the mom or whatever. He's in a mommy phase. I see no problem with that. But, what are you going to do? Talk it out with
I
him?
think you should get
Talk
a
it out
new
with him?
husband.
Get a new husband.
New husband. I think the 3-year-old son has got a point. New
He's
husband.
picking up on stuff?
Yeah, he's got a vibe. He realizes this guy's not right for you. How do you like that? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Relax.
Yeah, you were a little mommy's boy.
I wanted dad out of there.
No, but you were a mommy's boy.
I was a daddy's son.
When was that?
Why? That's not a thing, a daddy's son.
A daddy's boy.
A daddy's boy is not a thing. As I got older, I was a daddy's boy.
It's daddy's girl.
Then he died. Anyway.
Then he died?
Yeah.
You just threw it in there, then
anyway,
he died?
should we move on to the next one from PJ?
Yes. PJ.
I'm a loving and caring person that needs a lady to spoil with everything I have. You can let me know if you're interested. Sorry, this is coming way too fast. I'm just being sincere on my intentions. All I require is your loyal companionship.
Mother?
Is this directed to me or you?
Well, he's looking for a lady, so that would
I guess
be
that would be
you,
me,
a lady to
to
spoil
spoil.
with everything he has. I mean, that kind of depends on how much he actually has then, right?
What is the cutoff line there?
What do
I
you
love
mean?
when people say, well, that really depends on how much money is it worth to shove me off onto this guy? $1 million?
I like that he also apologizes, though. He says, sorry, this is coming too fast.
And all he would require is your loyal companionship. What does that mean?
Loyal companionship is pretty easy. You just sit around, tell some jokes, maybe watch some movies. Not so bad.
Not so bad.
I would do it. Everything he has. I don't know. Maybe he's got nothing in the bank account.
You're always willing to sell yourself short.
What? I would say if he's got $500,000 in the bank account, I'm willing to be his loyal companion.
What?
He's gonna give me all his money.
Where did he say that?
1 year. Okay, to be a loyal companion, 1 year, $500,000. I think that's
Can
my
I just
my
say-
minimum. $400,000 I'd probably take as well. $300,000 I probably would take.
There is never, there's never like an agenda free. I had friends that were going out with men that spent millions on them, and it's not a no-win situation. I mean,
Oh, there's no such thing as a free lunch, mother.
no such thing.
It's a trade-off for
it's a
time.
transaction.
It's a transaction.
And my transaction money has to be super high,
So how much for 1 year of loyal companionship?
at least $1 million.
At least $1 million? Yeah, it's a full year of spending with this fucking guy.
I don't even know. Maybe I'm
You.
going with $2 million.
How many years do we have in our life?
Yeah, I'm gonna waste a year of my life. Nope,
4,000 weeks, mother.
don't need it.
4,000 weeks. That's all we have if we live till 80. 4,000 weeks.
That's a
How
very
quickly does
depressing number you just threw there.
1 year, 1 week goes out. Done.
Done.
One out of 4,000. Donezo. I've done that. I've done that pretty quickly.
The math.
No. I'm just saying 1 week can go by so quickly.
So nope.
Man.
PJ, not interested.
Sorry,
Next.
PJ, you're out. No matter how much money you got. Coco, here we come.
Tomorrow is my boyfriend's birthday, and I found out he might be cheating today. Would it be insensitive to avoid wishing him a happy birthday?
Boyfriend's birthday's tomorrow. Found out he was cheating today. Would it be insensitive to avoid wishing him a happy birthday?
I think it would be totally appropriate to not wish him a happy birthday.
Do not wish him
and
a happy
don't speak
birthday.
to him ever again.
You don't speak to him ever again?
At least for a good length of time.
Someone cheats on you, you don't speak to him ever again.
Don't mess with me.
You don't.
Let me tell you what would happen if Dee started messing around.
Oh, shit.
He would be.
Have you ever been concerned that Deez is messed around?
Absolutely not. He'd be foolish. Do you ever think that Deez would mess around on me?
No. He would be foolish. But I am thinking that in this situation, she's not entirely sure that he cheated. She said, I found out he might be cheating today.
Might be cheating. So he could not be. Maybe he's not cheating. And maybe you should say happy birthday to him.
The complete 180.
I didn't realize the might be cheating.
Yeah.
If I
Might
had thought,
be.
if I had heard might, this discussion would have been totally different.
Okay.
We
Have
need
the
some- we
discussion.
need
You go up to him.
100% clarification.
Hey, your birthday's tomorrow. Do you have any thing to confess? A confessional? Confessional?
A confessional.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you would do.
What do you do?
You say, it's come to my attention that you have maybe not been all that upfront with me about something. Do you have anything to say about that? You know, be squirming around going, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
Well, what if he hadn't done anything? Then he wouldn't be squirming around.
Right. Yeah. Well, what do you think?
I'm starting to think you invest in one of those lie detector tests. Stick one of those things on his finger. Say, I'm going to do something for your birthday. It's a little game.
It's a little game.
It's a little
called
game.
lie detector test.
Lie detector. And we're going to see what you truly believe inside. And then you say,
this is a good business idea. They've got all kinds of home tests, as we know, STD tests. Why not having a lie detector test? It's a great idea. That and my glow-in-the-dark pacifiers.
how about your...
Toothbrush that turns into a vibrator. I have
Yes.
so many good ideas. If you're listening to this, please don't steal them because one day I might do them, including the lie detector test.
Here is a question from Tracy.
I've been a sneaky freak following you for a while now. Love your podcasts. Have missed them greatly. My question is, I am 55. My partner is 38, and we have vastly different sex drives. He almost has a non-existent sex drive. He doesn't think about sex, anything, and it's really hard to get him to want to think about it. Me, on the other hand, I could be doing it every single day, several times a day.
You go, Kimberly.
I know that he loves me. He shows me love in a million different ways. The only thing we're not meshing on energetically is the sex drive, and I just wondered if you had any advice or opinions on this.
Okay, that was not the the message I was intending to play. That was from Kimberly.
Kimberly, and it goes along with some of these other women that are saying that they have a higher sex drive than their partner.
This is a trend today, huh?
Well, in the late 40s,
Oh, boy.
women start reaching their sexual peak hormonally. It's like their last chance to
How old did
procreate.
she say she was?
51?
Okay, 55. Partner's 38.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was in the 50s.
So talk about an age gap relationship right there, mother.
It's an age gap relationship.
You approve of that, Cougar?
I love it.
So what do you make of this? In this is a situation in which the older woman has a higher sex drive than the younger man.
Totally. All
you
the
don't.
time.
You hear that all the time.
Yes, that's the whole idea about a cougar. Confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman.
That she's going to have a higher. I figured like an older man
Nope.
with a younger woman.
No, older man, no.
She's what? No.
I mean, you get like a 70-something-year-old man with a 35-year-old.
Yeah.
No, unless he's doing Viagra, he's not got anything near a sexual
God,
peak that she does.
my future is fucked.
Well, why?
I just see the sex drive going all the way down. Luckily, we have boost drive drive boost.
All right, we're going
I
to
gotta
talk
get
about
the
that in a little bit. But anyway, what do you think about her? What should she do in this situation?
Well, first of all, I think you need to communicate about this. Say, hey, you don't want sex. Me want sex. You don't want, me want. And then maybe you come to a compromise. Maybe you say, hey, well, this will be good 2 times a week. How about that? 2 times a week. Ideally, you would have it once a month. Ideally, I would have it daily. So let's settle it 2 times a week. Nice compromise. And then schedule it so he knows.
Yeah.
He knows, this is coming. This is on the
Tuesday night.
agenda.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get myself in the mood so that I might feel something coming.
Right.
Little.
Or there's some other investigatory things that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like, is he watching a ton of porn?
Investigatory.
Investigate. Bottom line is that you're always going to, there's different times in your life when sometimes you are more sexual than others. And you can always do your friendly old little vibrator.
That's also do a little solo play. A little shame-free solo play.
Yep. Do it with him even. If he's not in the mood for, have him sit down and watch you. Maybe he'll get in the mood.
I think that's great advice, Mother.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Should we do...
There's a lot of this cuckolding thing that I see.
All right. Should we try that one?
All right.
Okay, hold on.
There's a couple of them.
I'm a sissy cuckold and I'm on hormones, and I feel like my wife is starting to resent me for being a sissy. She's been really mean lately, and she's been fucking her boyfriend almost every day, and I can't even get hard anymore. Am I being overly sensitive, or should I worry?
Very interesting. First of all, do you know what a sissy cuckold is?
Yes, I do, Cam.
It's not just a cuckold.
What?
You want me to give you some knowledge? I'm going to drop some knowledge right now?
It's okay. It's
I
not
did some
just-
research.
Oh, you did research.
Typically, a cuckold is just a husband to a wife that fucks other men outside of the home or in front of him.
Right.
The sissy cuckold
Oh, a sissy cuckold.
is the most submissive. This person is usually locked in a cock cage.
Oh boy.
Got the cage right over the cock and dressed in panties and women's clothing as they watch the wife fuck another guy. Now, and one other thing that it was an Urban Dictionary, so I don't know how truthful this is, but
I love the way you get your news source from.
usually the husband doesn't fuck his wife and only cleans her pussy when she comes home or after she's been fucked in front of him. Oh.
I actually heard about this.
Oh.
It is true.
Oh, I can't stand the idea of my own cum and then to imagine someone else's cum and then I have to lick it up. It's not for me. It's not for me. It might be for someone else like T, but listen.
It's part of that whole BDSM thing.
BDSM thing,
You know what? So what's his question then?
Well, she's starting to resent him for being a sissy.
Oh, so she wants him to man up, put on some chaps,
I
come
don't
riding
know.
in on a horse?
She's been really mean lately, and she's been fucking her boyfriend almost every day. And I can't even get hard anymore. It seems like you guys are going in
different
directions. Not good.
Not good. We need to get some therapy, sexology.
Maybe a little sex therapy could help there.
Yep.
Maybe a little discussion, a little open communication, saying, "Hey, do you resent me for being a sissy cuckold? Might be too sissy for you. Maybe I can dial back the sissiness if I need to.
Yeah.
If you
Like
really
I
want to
said,
save the
you come in there
relationship."
with the cowboy hat on, with the chaps, with the, ropes.
T says, "Am I being overly sensitive or should I worry?" I don't think you should worry, but it's something to be concerned about if you
Yeah.
guys are on different pages.
And she's fucking everything in sight, or just one particular
Maybe just
boyfriend?
one person all the time, the one boyfriend all the time. Would you get into this cuckold situation?
No.
That's not for you?
No.
You're not a cuckold dress?
No, I know. One of my friends, though,
Or a hot wife.
years ago,
Hot
told me
wife.
she was having an affair with a guy who liked to get into her panties with her.
Yeah, I told you I had a girlfriend that asked me once to put on her underwear.
No, not put on the underwear. He wants to get into her panties and have her be in the panties with him.
Yeah, that's an interesting
that's
move. It's a tight quarters.
It's a tight quarters.
I did not go for.
Sometimes I can't even fit in my own underwear. How am I going to fit another person in there?
You got extra, extra, extra large. I was not into the idea of going into her underwear. That was a hard no from me. Hard no. No, I'm not going
Do
into
you
the
consider
underwear.
yourself to be adventuresome in the bedroom?
Yeah, not in that sense. I'm not gonna put on any. I'm not gonna do that.
But you will dress up as Beauty and the Beast.
As the Beast, yeah, probably not as Beauty in the situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're more traditional in your role play.
Maybe, yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. Yeah.
You don't go into the fantasy of the Dirty D and the porn star theater.
Well, that's pretty traditional, I think. Those are classic gender roles. What would be a non-traditional one?
When Dirty D's surrounded by all these women.
I mean, like,
and they pee on him.
Like Kamala and Doug. She's kind of like the alpha in this situation.
You think so?
I think so.
Where'd you come over that? We should look into this.
If she's the alpha or not?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. She was running for president, which is like the alpha of the whole U.S.
I think you're right.
So that could be a fun little role play to do.
You think he's a cuck?
You think Doug's a cuck?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Let's not spread rumors like
don't
that.
spread rumors.
All right.
Doug is not the cuck.
Moving right along.
But nothing bad with being cuckold. Sneaky freaks, do you know how my mother makes fun of me for jizzing everywhere?
Because you talk about it constantly. I don't know personally if you do.
Listen, if you want a fat load, just like mine, a fucking huge, a voluminous semen.
Because apparently people love to have a lot of semen.
Check out Load Boost, made by VB Health. This is porn stars' go-to supplement for boosting your load. You want to increase the semen volume, if you want to enhance the semen taste, even if you want your sperm to increase their motility, aka they're moving around even faster, this is the move. It's called Load Boost. It gives you healthy sperm, healthy semen. Here's what I like about Load Boost, Mother.
What do you like?
In all of VB Health's products, by the way. It is doctor formulated and using scientifically backed ingredients. And the supplements are made in a CGMP certified manufacturing facility to ensure the purity and safety of their products. They're working with good stuff here, folks.
Right. So if you want to improve the taste, the volume, and health of your semen, Load Boost is what you've been looking for.
VB Health has a simple mission, folks. It's to create supplements that work if you want to boost your load.
And who wouldn't?
Visit loadboost.com and use code SNEAKY, SNEAKY, for 10% off, or click the link in the episode's description at sneakypod.com. Again, loadboost.com. Use code SNEAKY. You'll be boosted. Your load will be boosted.
Boosted?
Anyway,
we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, you want to keep going? And we had just one more question we could get to if you wanted to.
Let's hear it.
Oh, we actually had two more questions.
Okay.
Here, this is one of them.
Hey, Cam and Karen Lee. My sticky situation is my parents just got out of a divorce and my mom is already dating someone and doesn't think me and my brother know. Cam, your mom started dating again after your dad had passed. How did you deal with the emotions of your mom being with someone else? For me, it's been really hard, and I could use some advice on how to get used to it.
Thank you for that honest, genuine question. First of all, I think I knew whenever you were dating. I don't think that was hidden from me. So that kind of changed things.
Well, I didn't tell you all the people I was with. That's for damn sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen, it's not a great feeling to think of your mother sleeping around. But you could also think like, hey,
she's free.
My mother's got to fucking let that freak flag fly. I was gonna say something about my mother's pussy opening up.
You do not need to talk about your mother's pussy.
But you should be getting laid, is what I'd be thinking to myself.
How did you know if I was or wasn't?
We got 4,000 weeks. Okay.
All right, back to this.
4,000 weeks. They should be filled with pleasure. They should be filled with using our bodies to their fullest extent, and that's part of it, having sex. And so I think that's how I would think about it, even though it is weird to think of her as with someone else besides the father. But
Okay.
I think it's fine. I also think it depends how much time has passed. You know, what do you think?
Yes, I think your sister was not that interested to hear that I was dating again after your father passed away. It's a difference also between divorce and death. Death and divorce are different.
You think it also depends on if it's a son or daughter?
Maybe, I don't know. In your case, it might have been role reversal. Maybe the daughter would be more like thinking.
Who knows?
Well, Everybody's different.
I hope that helps at all, Tracy. I would just focus on the benefits that it's bringing to your mother's life. That's all.
That's very sweet.
And be kind to yourself, because these are natural responses to have. All right, final question from Jonathan.
So, does Silver Singles really work? Also, I'm serious about wanting to be the CEO of Lusty Grandmas, and I think Karen and Nina Hartley can assist me.
Mother?
Okay.
You got any suggestions for this guy who wants to be the CEO of Lusty Grandmas?
I do not. I really resent that. I don't like that.
What don't you like?
Lusty grandmas?
Yeah, Lusty Grandmas.
Hey, what am I, a lusty grandma? That's nonsense.
But I think this is his business venture.
With Nina Hartley, yeah. I'm sure she wants to go out and start a dating service.
Jonathan, sounds like you're out of luck with Lusty Grandmas.
Yep.
But does Silver Singles really work?
A friend of mine was doing that for a while and talking about her
You-
86-year-old mother's.
Yeah, you suggested I get on Silver Singles.
I think you should.
I
But
do
anyway,
like the older
does it
one.
really work? I think probably it works. I heard there's a tremendous amount of sexually transmitted diseases in like senior centers.
Yeah, so be careful if you go on that Silver Singles. Make sure to wrap it up.
Wrap it up big
You know,
time.
people think just because they're on Silver Singles, they're not going to have a baby. They don't need to wrap it up. But trust me, you want to wrap that shit up.
They're not going to have a baby if they're in silver singles, but there might be sexually transmitted diseases for sure.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's absolutely correct. All right, Mother, that's the end of our Lube It Up section. Thank you very much for all of you sneaky freaks for tuning in.
We would love to have you guys put your voice messages on our community.
310-356.
3920.
Send us a text, leave us a voice note, or send us a voice memo. That's the best. And then we can play it on the show. Otherwise, I got to AI generate your voice, which I hope you're okay with.
Cam, what's going on in your life?
Well, I had a pretty wild experience Sunday ago. I went to my storage unit. I was searching for something.
What were you searching for? I know you listeners, I know where he's going with the story.
Where am I going with this?
You went to the storage locker to look for a yoga mat.
I was looking for a yoga mat, and I was also looking for some sex furniture.
Sex furniture.
Yep.
You didn't mention to me that you were looking for sex
I
furniture.
did not mention it to you. I didn't think it was necessary to mention that to you. Well, I don't need to share everything in my life with you.
What were you? What kind
I was
of
looking for some sex furniture.
Like that thing that's like a horse that you sit on.
I was looking for sex furniture. We'll leave it at that. And
you happen to have it in your storage locker?
I clearly wasn't using it. And but now I'm a little more sexually active. I thought it'd be fun to have around. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm literally looking through a box full of sex toys. And what happens?
What is it? Is your storage locker full of?
It looks like a dungeon. It might
sex toys, sex. And meanwhile, you put the remainder of those things in my closet.
And people are walking by, seeing what I'm pulling out these different vibrators and shit like that. And
you're like collecting them.
I'm collecting.
And by the way, you keep the best ones for yourself, and I don't.
Of course, I keep the best ones.
I'm resentful of that.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm looking through my storage locker for sex furniture, and what happens? Literally holding a vibrator, a fucking 4 planks of wood, 8 feet long, hold up my bed, and they come crashing down on the side of my fucking head.
It was horrible.
I almost passed out. I told the guy at U-Haul, I said, please look out for me because I might be dead very shortly.
There was a guy that was nearby you mean?
Yes.
You told him look out for
I
you?
went up to him and I said, I don't know what's about to happen, but I just had an accident. And he was a sweetheart.
Were you bleeding at all?
Sweetheart with a mohawk. No, I wasn't bleeding. It was internal damage.
Internal?
I was very fucked up afterwards. Very fucked up.
So you think you had a concussion?
Yes, I did.
You
However,
did have a concussion?
I think I did have a concussion. But then I was feeling a little frisky that night. So I went to the Magic Castle, okay? I'm a little out of it, as you know, okay? The Magic Castle it's a magician's club.
It's pretty cool.
In a castle in Los Angeles.
If you guys have not been there, it's fun.
And you have to, they have a very strict dress code. You have to be invited to go.
Right.
Members only. And the dress code during the month of October was Halloween themed. So you have to go in Halloween costume. You ready for this?
Yeah, I know exactly where this is going. You went there dressed as a gnome.
Bingo! I dressed as a gnome.
You might ask why he's dressed as a gnome.
And why would you say?
He's dressed like a gnome because he's doing clown bits with that.
It is the best costume I have. I look like a beautiful gnome. Everyone was very complimentary that night.
Again, people that aren't able to visualize this, would you please explain what the gnome looks like?
Short lederhosen shorts.
Lederhosen?
Yes. Suspenders, long socks, and then a large gray beard and wig with a red pointed cap.
Yes. If you want to go to Instagram, you can see him pictures.
Yeah,
of
you can
him
see
there.
me gnoming it up. So I went in costume, and we were going maybe 3/4 of the way through the night. We were going to one of the shows, and it was too booked. And I was like, I'm gonna do a little tomfoolery with my friends.
Tomfoolery.
I'm gonna go into this side room that I saw on the way here,
Uh-huh.
and it's got just a table in the middle of it. It's a magician's close-up magic table with like about 30 seats surrounding it
To do magic tricks.
to do magic, and it was empty when I passed it the first time. So I said, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to sit at the magician's table.
And all your friends are somewhere else.
The friends were waiting in line, and I knew they were going to pass that room and see me
Okay.
sitting in there when they leave because they couldn't get into the show. Well, I was sitting at the table, no one else is around, and someone sticks their head in. It is not one of my friends. It is a 60-something-year-old man in an Arab chic costume.
Okay.
And the guy asked me, is there a magic show about to start in here?
And you said?
I said, maybe.
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 Is the magic show you?
And he was very confused. He was like, well, is there a show or not? And I said, maybe. And then I look at one of the seats in the audience. And this motherfucker goes and sits down in the audience.
Okay.
Next,
So he was intrigued by you.
I was expecting my friends to show up. I thought that would even be funnier now that I have an audience member.
Right.
A couple shows up. And they ask the Arab Sheik if a magic show is about to start. And the guy says he thinks so. So they see me sitting at the table and they sit down in the audience as well. Okay? At this point, I'm like, oh no.
This is on.
This is on.
It's beyond the point of no return. You have an audience.
I'm just sitting at the magician's table with my hands on the green felt, just staring at one of the chairs. And I'm like pretending like I've got a show bubbling inside of me. I got nothing. I don't know any magic tricks.
Why didn't you do your gnome show?
I'm not going to do a gnome show in the middle of the fucking magic castle. Suddenly, all of these people start showing up.
Oh my God.
And they start filing into this room thinking that I'm about to do a magic show. None of my friends file in. It's just strangers dressed in costume. And I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, well, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm silent.
Oh, yes. Because gnomes can't speak?
And I start hearing them have a fucking conversation about me. Like, is he actually going to do a magic show? What's happening here? And someone in the back starts going, wait a minute. I recognize that guy from the entry.
Oh, no.
I saw him coming in with his friends. He's one of us. He's not an actual magician.
Oh, my God. He nailed it.
It was a woman.
She nailed it.
I said, fuck that. I don't know what came over me. I put on a song that I use in my show that's like a very ethereal song. And it just starts standing up slowly. And everyone fucking goes silent.
And you start doing
The show is beginning.
The show is beginning.
And I start making up magic tricks.
Oh my God.
For example, I stick out my thumb and I flick it up in the air and I catch it with my other thumb. And I go back and forth, back and forth. I start passing it around the audience.
A silly gnome?
A silly magician. Yes.
A silly magician gnome.
Yes. And people start dying. Some
love
people
it.
very confused. They thought, is this magic? What the fuck is this?
It's magic because you tricked them into sitting down there and watching you be a gnome.
That's right. And then I pull out, I remember I have a flower in the back pocket.
Why did you have a flower in the back?
From one of my shows.
Oh.
And I pull out a flower from the Arab sheik's ear. I did a fucking 10-minute magic show.
Unbelievable.
Nonstop. There was a pregnant lady who said that it was her favorite show that she's seen all night.
Oh.
Yes. And then I didn't know how to end it. I kind of maxed out on my jokes, so I just stood up slowly and did a little bow and walked out and left everyone there
It must have been
in
like,
complete
what
awe
did we
and
just-"
wonder.
They're like, that was magic, all right. He tricked us.
Can you imagine how that was a peak life experience of mine?
How did you feel?
Well, I still had the concussion, so I felt a little off, but I felt invigorated, like I was living one of my 4,000 weeks.
Oh.
I was unbelievable.
What is with the 4,000 weeks?
I'm reading a book called 4,000 Weeks.
Okay.
Anyway, that's been my biggest life update.
Oh my God, that was quite the day and night.
That was amazing. I love that experience. It was probably one of the top 10 experiences of my life. An impromptu magic show for a group of like 30 people.
Very well. You think
Maybe
you might
20
go back
people.
again and do this again?
I think so, but I don't think it will be during November or October. So it will. I don't know if I'll be able to go in as a gnome.
It's already November.
Yeah,
so
maybe
you're not
next
gonna,
October.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you had that fun experience.
Thank you, Mother. What's going on with you?
Just dealing with disappointment.
Why? What does that mean?
Election disappointment.
Yes.
Chicago Bears disappointment.
Yes.
That's it.
Chicago Bears are not doing well.
Chicago Bears are doing poorly.
Why are you such a good Chicago Bears fan?
You know, it all goes back to when I met your father.
You guys
so
both
many
fell-
years ago.
He got you involved in the Bears?
I didn't even know how to play football when I met him. I didn't even know how the game was played.
And now?
Because I went to University of Illinois, and once again, disappointment. 4 years, no wins. So he gets me involved with the Bears, and I get so excited because in 1985,
Oh my God.
Super Bowl shuffle, the Bears won the Super Bowl, right? Since that time,
You've watched every game since?
I've watched almost every game since with your younger brother because you don't seem to be
My brother
as
wasn't born for another decade after that.
Yeah, but your brother and I have this thing together. And we thought this is going to be our year because we got this great quarterback, Caleb Williams. But guess what? It's just...
I'm very sorry, Mother.
It's just been a big disappointment. So living with disappointment in the month of November.
I'm really sorry.
But you know what? Things are looking up.
Oh, yeah. Get that optimism flowing.
I'm just got to keep that
The
optimism
power
going.
of positivity, Mother.
That's right.
Get that immune system going.
For you guys out there that are also kind of like bummed out about the election or what's going on in the rest of your life, just remember, this too shall pass.
This too shall pass. Well,
My
how about
mother
we
told me that.
I want to finish the show with a segment called Would You Rather?
I love this segment.
Would you rather, Mother,
What?
have a totally silent partner in bed or one who gives a constant running commentary?
That is a good question.
Yeah. Someone who's silent, like a silent starfish.
A silent starfish.
Or someone who's like, oh, does that feel good? Does that feel good? How about that?
Oh my God.
What do you want? What do you want me to
I had
press
that once
that?
with some guy. Oh my God. I was ready to throw him out of the bed.
So what would you prefer?
I guess I'm going with silent.
Silent starfish. Silent can be fine.
Silent's fine. You know
It's
what? You
fine.
can get into your own world of fantasy. You can
Yeah.
be your little cuck fantasy that you want to be.
Are you silent most of the time?
No.
You're talking the whole time?
Or you're just, because Deez and I both have little ADD, you think we're just talking constantly and that's
Yes.
what you imagine going on?
Yes.
No, it doesn't always work that way. I think we are very playful, like in the sense that, you know, if we want to start, he's always ready to be yes and. You know, when you do improv and you do yes and, he's
Yes.
ready to do yes and. Cam, would you rather have a totally silent partner in bed?
Silent partner, definitely. Constantly
when
commentary?
you're-
No.
When you're in your zone with your current partner, are you constantly talking or
No.
constantly, or just, you know, it's complete silence?
It's not complete silence, but there's some discussion back and forth.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
what kind of discussion?
You don't get the details, Mother.
Okay.
It's between me and this person.
All right.
Would you rather accidentally send a spicy text to your mom or receive a spicy text from your mom?
Well, are you talking about my mom who's 92 years old?
Yes. That would be pretty funny.
She probably would send a spicy text. I think I'd like a spicy text.
You'd rather receive
If my
it.
mother was having any kind of sexual satisfaction, I'll take that in a text. Even though she's
all right.
92 and doesn't know how to text.
How about would you rather send me a spicy text, accidentally send me a
Why
spicy
don't you
text?
answer that?
Oh, I'd rather use. I'd definitely rather accidentally send you a spicy text than you send me a spicy text.
It's a little hypocritical.
Why?
Why is it okay for you to talk about your sex life? And
Because I think you'd be proud of me. I think
I'd
you'd
be
be
proud of you.
Yes, and
what does that mean? I think
and
you'd
you
be
could
proud
easily
of it. So why
delete
wouldn't
it.
you be proud of me?
I just don't need to hear that shit.
Wouldn't you think that it's nice that your mother at 60-something years old is still having sex or sexting?
No.
Okay.
I in theory, but in practice, I just don't want to read that shit.
Yeah, well, it's a little hypocritical. Next.
Do you send spicy texts?
Not really.
Yeah.
Do you?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Would you rather never be able to kiss again or never be able to hug again? Oh, that's a tough one.
It's a tough one because lately Deez has been getting into kissing me all the time. It's annoying.
So it sounds like you'd prefer the hugs.
I like hugs. I'm a big hugger. What
Yeah.
about you?
I think I like the hugs better too.
Yeah.
I like both.
But if you had to-
sometimes the kissing can sometimes feel like
Annoying?
yeah, it's just kind of like we're doing it for doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm kissing the wall or something.
Oh, that's nice. Like kissing the wall.
I don't know. It just
All
doesn't
right.
do it for me. But a
All
hug
right.
feels nice.
I like hugs.
Hugs are nice. You're grabbing the body.
Oh,
Would you rather only have quickies for the rest of your life or only have sessions that last over an hour?
oh, quickies.
Hour. Are you kidding?
If it's a new partner, hour. If
No.
it's if you're trying to go to bed on a weeknight, it's
You're not
quickie.
you're settling for mediocre right
okay,
now.
let me just say something. Daily dick and special occasion cock. Who said that?
Nina Hartley.
That's right.
What does that mean?
That means that this question is very difficult.
No, the question is very simple. 100%, I would prefer over an hour session.
So if
with
you
that
only-
with that amount of time, you know how much edging you can do,
Oh.
how much massage work you can do,
Okay.
how much role playing. With quickies, you got nothing.
Not necessarily.
It's a wait, wait. It's like we're done.
All right, can I change mine?
What?
Half hour.
No, you can't. That's not one of the questions.
15 minutes.
Would you rather only have quickies for the rest of your life or only have sessions that last over an hour? A quickie might be 10 and under, I think. 10 minutes and under.
The problem is that who has an hour all the time to spend?
4,000 weeks, mother.
Oh, here we go with the 4,000.
We got 4,000 weeks. We need to spend it wisely.
All of a sudden, you went from sex was like eating a
No,
chocolate
because-
cake to
no,
now, like
no,
I'll
because-
spend an hour of my time twice, 3 times, 5 times a week.
No, I didn't say 3 or 5. No, you can do an hour once a week, and it's better than 10 minutes for 6 days in a row.
How do you know?
I know.
Next.
You would do what you would do 6 days of 10 minutes each?
Yeah.
No, nonsense. Okay. Would you rather have amazing chemistry with someone who lives far away or lukewarm chemistry with someone who lives next door?
It's got to be amazing.
Amazing from far away? You
Yeah.
see him once every few months?
I did that.
Yeah, and then he became next door neighbors and then became lukewarm. Is that what happened?
No, I have chemistry.
You got chemistry still?
We got chemistry.
Oh,
I
that's
think
very
if
sweet.
you don't have chemistry, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to be some chemistry.
gotta have the chemistry.
What about you?
Amazing chemistry with someone far away. But the whole time I'd be thinking, is this just a fantasy? Do we not really know each other?
Is this a fantasy?
It's not this song.
Na,
All right.
na, na,
No.
Caught in a red.
Mom, would you
It's a
rather have to
reality.
Mom, come on. Would you rather have to disclose your entire sexual history on the first date or hear your date's entire sexual history right off the bat?
I want to hear my dates.
Really?
Oh yeah. If it's like that guy that went out with 13 first dates that I went and
What?
yeah, I just
What
would,
guy you went out with for 13 first dates?
He told me I was his 13th first date.
Oh,
And I thought to myself, what am I, like the diamond in the rough?
the one that's going to fucking say yes finally?
That's what I'm saying.
No chance.
So
Unless he's been saying no to everyone else.
no,
Everyone was
he's
saying no
been
to him.
rejected 13
Why
times.
does he share that with you?
He shared him with me.
He should not have shared that with you. Would I disclose my entire? I know I'd rather hear the date's entire sexual history. That's pretty interesting. See what they're into.
Yeah,
Do a little diagnosis of my own.
What would happen if you find out your date has slept with 1,000 men?
That would affect me.
Why? What's your number?
I just think
500?
that the more men that you sleep with, the more likelihood you're going to have some sort of disease.
So if it had nothing, if they're all clean, if they're all clean,
Then it would
wouldn't
be
bother
different.
you that
It
have
wouldn't be, no, it
500?
wouldn't bother. If everyone got
What-
tested, but the likelihood of getting 1,000 people tested beforehand is not high.
So it's all about that. It's not about
Statistics.
whether or not the person slept with that many people.
Right. I don't care about that.
What about 500?
Again, it's a lot of partners.
What about if they only slept with 3?
No, it's fine. It's not. I don't care if
I would
if the
think
person
3,
has had many sexual encounters.
eh.
Really low, bad.
Low, bad.
They don't have enough experience.
No, I
Wow.
do a lot of training.
Ah,
I like when there's
I know you.
someone
What
with
you?
some experience.
All right. Last question. Ready for this?
Yep.
Would you rather only have sex with the lights on but no covers, or the lights off with tons of blankets? I don't know why the lights and the blankets are even connected in this situation. But lights off, no covers, or lights on, no covers, or lights off with tons of blankets.
Lights off with tons of blankets.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I would not want to be lights on, freezing my ass off.
Lights on, no covers, hands down. That's how I prefer to
No.
have sex. I want to see what the fuck is going on all the time.
What do you need to see?
You're under the blankets?
I could be under the blanket if I wanted to.
I do. I never
Nah,
like being under.
actually, I don't think we'd be under the blankets. But if it was that choice, I don't want to be freezing my ass off.
Turn on the heat. There's no need for blankets.
Turn on the heat.
Yeah, let the body heat work.
Body heat.
You're cold, get close.
You've turned into quite the Lothario.
Yeah, I am. Thank you, Mother. Thank you for finally acknowledging that. All right. I want to thank all of you sneaky freaks for texting in, supporting us, listening us, giving us your emotional and financial support, especially if you're a financial supporter through Patreon.
Patreon.com/sex talk with my mom. That's Patreon. You will find stuff there that you have not found anywhere else.
Your money there allows us to record in this beautiful studio. Thank you very much to Dr. Self-Tapes/You Podcaster for making this happen.
And you could be a sneaky freak then.
Just like our newest sneaky freak Patreon member, Kennard.
Kennard, thank you for joining us.
Save big money with Kennard. Thank you,
Oh,
Kennard.
You got a little song going.
Yes, thank you very much, Kennard.
If someone else joins Patreon, will you make a song up about them?
Yes, I will make a song up for anyone who joins Patreon.
Or
And
current members, you can tell Cam that you'd like a song for yourself.
that's true. We love you guys, and we hope you have a wonderful week full of hope and joy ahead.
And please follow us on all social media. We're getting verified everywhere. You
At
guys
Sex
gotta-
Talk with My Mom.
Sex Talk with my mom everywhere.
And share it.
And share it with a friend. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having sex with your woman's panties.
Oh, pretty good.
How about that?
For a mother, you haven't lost it yet.
I have not lost it yet. We love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.